Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to stay peaceful, no matter what chaos life throws your way? What if you could remain calm, unshaken, and full of light, even when negativity tries to pull you down? And what if the secret to that strength was already inside you, waiting to be awakened? Today, we begin a journey into 7 powerful Buddhist teachings that can help you unlock a deep sense of inner calm and unshakable peace. Imagine living a life where no external storm could disturb your stillness, where your mind, like a quiet lake, reflects clarity instead of chaos. As the Buddha once said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This message isn't just inspiring, it's practical, and it starts with your breath. 1. Breath to anchor your mind. Before stress takes over, in Buddhism, the breath is more than just air. It's a doorway to presence. It's the anchor that holds you steady when the waves of life start to rise. When you're feeling overwhelmed or tension builds up, pause, just pause, and take a slow, conscious breath. Inhale gently, exhale fully. That simple act, done with awareness, can pull you back from spiraling thoughts and emotions and ground you firmly in the now. When stress strikes, the mind begins to race. We often react quickly, emotionally, sometimes in ways we later regret. But by taking just a few mindful breaths, we create space. Space to respond with clarity instead of reacting from panic. Breathing becomes a practice of emotional wisdom. As the Buddhist saying goes, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. With each breath, you invite not just calm, but also lightness, ease, and even joy. So next time you feel your stress rising like a tide, remember, stop, breathe. Let that one breath change the whole way you experience the moment. 2. Reframe negative thoughts into seeds of growth. Let's be honest, negative thoughts visit all of us. But Buddhism teaches that what matters most is not that they arise, but how we respond when they do. When you find yourself surrounded by negativity, you don't have to sink. You can choose to rise by reframing your thoughts. That means gently shifting how you see the situation. Instead of thinking, this is terrible, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how might this help me grow? Reframing doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It means recognizing that even pain and hardship can be meaningful teachers. Every difficulty holds a hidden lesson, if you're willing to look. The Buddha once said, we are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. Imagine your mind as a garden. The thoughts you plant will grow. So choose seeds of compassion, resilience, and hope. When negative thoughts appear, pause. Acknowledge them. Then gently guide your focus to a more uplifting view. Over time, this small shift can change not just how you feel, but how you see the entire world around you. After learning to calm the mind through breathing and shift our thoughts toward the positive, the next step is learning how to not let emotions control us, especially when life feels like a storm. 3. Detach emotionally or be swept away by chaos. Life can be chaotic, from tension at work to family conflicts or unexpected setbacks. Challenges constantly come and go. If we allow every little thing to trigger our emotions, we'll feel like a leaf caught in a windstorm, blown here and there, never at peace. That's why in Buddhism, emotional detachment is seen as a powerful path to inner calm. Now, let's clear up a common misunderstanding. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or distant. It's not about ignoring your feelings or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about learning to observe your emotions without being ruled by them. Imagine this. Something frustrating happens. You might normally feel anger rising, your chest tightening, your mind racing. But if you practice emotional detachment, you pause. You take a step back and simply notice, this is anger. That moment of mindfulness gives you space to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. It's like standing on the shore, watching the waves come and go, rather than being tossed around in the sea. The waves are still there, but you're no longer drowning in them. Buddha wisely taught, attachment is the root of suffering. When we cling too tightly to our emotions, we suffer because we lose clarity. But when we let go, even just a little, we find freedom. We begin to live with a calm heart even when the world around us is in chaos. Next time a strong emotion rises, breathe. Ask yourself, is this emotion helping me or is it leading me? That small question can shift your entire state of being. 4. Reframe challenges or let them crush you. Life is full of obstacles, but how we see those obstacles makes all the difference. In Buddhism, we're taught to reframe challenges, not as punishments or burdens, but as chances to grow. Trying to avoid difficulties only creates more suffering, but meeting them with a shift in mindset, that's where transformation begins. Let's picture this. A challenge is like a heavy rock. If you carry it on your back, grumbling and struggling, it weighs you down and breaks your spirit. But if you choose to see that rock as a stepping stone, something to push against and build strength, you become more resilient, more awake, more powerful. Buddha once said, in the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through force, but through perseverance. Like the stream, you don't need brute strength to overcome. You need patience, flow, the ability to adapt, the courage to keep moving even if the path winds. So when the next challenge appears, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What strength is it awakening in me? These simple questions turn pain into purpose and setbacks into stepping stones. Without this perspective, challenges feel like mountains too steep to climb. But with it, they become paths that lead you higher. So far, we've learned to breathe mindfully, reframe our thoughts, detach from emotional chaos, and view challenges as teachers. But what happens when we face something we simply cannot change? Let go of what you can't control, or it will drain you. One of the most profound and liberating teachings in Buddhism is this: learn to let go of what is beyond your control. So much of our daily stress comes not from what's happening, but from our resistance to it. We try to change people's opinions, force certain outcomes, or fix situations that are out of our hands. The harder we try to control the uncontrollable, the more exhausted and overwhelmed we feel. Imagine holding a handful of fine sand. The tighter you squeeze it, the faster it slips through your fingers. But if you loosen your grip, the sand simply rests in your palm. Life is the same. The more you cling to what you cannot change, the more suffering you create for yourself. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing the limits of your influence and choosing peace over struggle. Buddha said it beautifully. Let go of what's gone. Be grateful for what remains and look forward to what's coming. This teaching invites us to stop chasing the past or worrying about the future. Instead, we can focus on the present and direct our energy toward what we can influence: our attitude, our actions, our choices. Here's a simple way to begin. Think of something that's been bothering you lately. Maybe a disagreement with someone, a delay in your plans, or a difficult situation at work, ask yourself honestly, can I change this? If the answer is no, then it's time to release it. Letting go doesn't mean pretending the problem doesn't exist. It means refusing to let it control your inner world. You choose to focus instead on your response, on how you carry yourself through the challenge. One of the most powerful tools for this practice is mindfulness meditation. In meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts as they come and go without grabbing onto them. The same applies in life. You witness the moment, acknowledge what you can't change, and allow it to pass through without letting it weigh you down. Another helpful mindset shift: acceptance. Now, acceptance doesn't mean you're happy about what's happening. It means you recognize reality as it is, without resisting it. When we fight against what already is, we only add more pain. But when we accept the moment, we create space for peace to arise, even in discomfort. There is a quiet freedom in letting go. It's the freedom to stop wasting energy on battles you can't win and to start pouring that energy into growth, kindness, and healing. Holding on to what you can't control is like dragging around a heavy bag you don't need. The moment you let go, you lighten your heart, and that lightness opens the door to a more peaceful life. When we let go of what we can't control, we begin to free ourselves, and in that freedom, we uncover something even more powerful: gratitude. 6. Cultivate gratitude, or be consumed by negativity. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices in Buddhism. It's not just about feeling thankful, it's about seeing life differently. In today's fast-moving, comparison-filled world, it's far too easy to fixate on what's lacking, what we haven't achieved, what didn't go our way, or how far we still have to go. But when that mindset takes hold, negativity starts to build. It clouds our vision, drains our energy, and leaves us feeling restless, bitter, and disconnected. That's why Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of shifting your focus from lack to abundance, from complaint to appreciation. Because when you begin to look at your life through the lens of gratitude, even ordinary moments begin to glow with meaning. Gratitude in Buddhism is not limited to the obvious blessings like health, home, or family. It includes challenges, failures, even pain, because all of it is part of the journey and all of it has something to teach. A tough day might still offer you a moment of clarity. A disappointment might lead to wisdom you didn't have before. As the Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful." For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. It's a powerful reminder that every single day contains something to be thankful for, no matter how small. Maybe today didn't go as planned, but perhaps there was a quiet cup of tea that warmed your hands, or a soft breeze that brushed your face, or someone who smiled at you when you needed it most. Gratitude doesn't erase your problems, but it softens them. It changes your focus. It invites you to see not just what's missing, but what's already here. Because here's the truth. When you focus on what's wrong, that energy grows. Negativity feeds on attention. The more you dwell on what you lack, the more lack you feel. But when you turn your attention to even the smallest blessings, a new energy arises, one of peace, contentment, and joy. Here's a simple way to begin. Keep a gratitude journal. Each day, take just a few minutes to write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. A soft pillow, a funny moment, a kind word. These small moments add up, and over time, they reshape the way your mind sees the world. Another powerful practice: express your gratitude out loud. Thank the people in your life. Send a thoughtful message. Offer a kind gesture. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's something you share. And the more you give it, the more it grows. So when life feels heavy, pause. Look around. What is still good? What is still here? Gratitude won't make life perfect, but it will make it beautiful. Gratitude is most powerful not in the easy moments, but in the hard ones. And when we open our hearts to appreciate even the smallest things, we begin to transform how we live. Continue practicing gratitude, even in difficult times. Yes, it's easy to feel grateful when life is going well. When the sun is shining, your plans are flowing smoothly, and you're surrounded by comfort. But what about those days when everything feels like it's falling apart? That's when gratitude becomes a true practice of the heart. Buddhism reminds us that gratitude isn't just an internal feeling. It's something to be expressed outwardly. When we show gratitude, we not only uplift ourselves, but also bring light to those around us. A kind word, a thank you, or a simple gesture of appreciation can ripple out, touching others in ways we may never fully realize. But in the middle of a storm, how do you find something to be grateful for? This is the deeper invitation of Buddhist practice, to search for value even in your struggles. Every hardship contains a hidden gift. Every challenge holds a chance to grow. Let's say you're dealing with a difficult situation at work. The stress feels heavy. You're frustrated, maybe even on the edge of burnout. But what if, just for a moment, you pause to ask, what is this teaching me? Perhaps it's strengthening your patience. Maybe it's helping you build emotional resilience, or giving you a clearer sense of your boundaries and self-worth. These are not small things. They are lessons that shape your character and deepen your understanding of life. Another profound teaching in Buddhism is the idea of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Not our joys, not our pain. Even the darkest days pass. When you remember this, you begin to appreciate the present moment more deeply, because you understand just how fleeting it is. And that's where gratitude becomes an anchor. Instead of dwelling on regrets from the past or fears about the future, you begin to notice what's here, right now. Maybe it's the comfort of your home, the fresh air outside your window, or the gentle sound of rain. Maybe it's a warm meal or a quiet moment of peace. When you combine mindfulness with gratitude, your awareness sharpens. You start seeing beauty in places you once overlooked. The glow of morning sunlight, the laughter of a child, the quiet strength of someone who listens. And slowly, gratitude becomes your way of seeing the world. You stop taking life for granted. You begin to feel that every day, no matter how imperfect, contains something to be thankful. 7. Surround yourself with positive energy, not toxic people. As your inner world shifts toward peace and gratitude, there's another key truth in Buddhism. Your external environment matters too, especially the people you keep close. The energy of those around you shapes your thoughts, your emotions, and your sense of self more than you might realize. If you want to live calmly and stay rooted in positivity, it's essential to surround yourself with people who lift you up, not pull you down. We've all encountered people who drain us, constant complainers, those who spread drama, judgment, or negativity, people whose presence leaves you feeling anxious, defensive, or less than yourself. These are what Buddhism refers to as toxic influences. and they can be more harmful than we think. The Buddha offered a powerful warning. An insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. Think about that. The wrong kind of influence doesn't just upset your mood, it can distort your thinking, weaken your self-worth, and steal your peace from the inside out. That's why protecting your inner space is an act of self-respect. Buddhism encourages us to set clear boundaries with those who bring chaos or harm. This doesn't mean cutting everyone out. It means being conscious of who you allow into your mental and emotional world. Seek out those who encourage your growth, who celebrate your joy, who listen without judgment and support you without condition. These are the people whose presence nourishes your spirit, who reflect back the calm and light you're working so hard to build. After learning the power of choosing positive people over toxic ones, we now turn inward to examine how those energies truly shape our emotional world, often more deeply than we realize. Protect your energy, choose uplifting people, and create a positive life. Toxic relationships don't just weigh on us in the moment, they can echo inside our minds long after the conversation ends. While physical wounds may heal, the emotional and mental toll of being around toxic people can leave deeper scars. Negativity, when absorbed regularly, becomes a filter through which we see the world. Have you ever left a conversation feeling completely drained, anxious, or doubting yourself? That's not a coincidence. It's energy. And if we're not mindful, that energy can slowly begin to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions. But surrounding yourself with positive energy is about more than just avoiding those who bring you down. It's about actively choosing to spend time with people who inspire, support, and uplift you. People who help you see light even in dark times. People who celebrate your wins, support your growth, and remind you of your strength when you forget. Buddhism emphasizes this truth again and again. When we align ourselves with positive energy, we're more likely to stay calm, balanced, and connected with our true selves. That alignment is not accidental. It's a choice, a conscious act of surrounding yourself with harmony instead of noise. One of the most practical tools to help you with this is mindfulness. When you're mindful, you don't just notice your thoughts, you also become aware of your environment, the people you're with, and how they affect you. After an interaction, take a moment to ask yourself, do I feel more alive, more centered, or more exhausted and emotionally off balance? This simple reflection can reveal a lot. It helps you distinguish which relationships nourish your soul and which ones deplete your spirit. Now, let's be realistic. Not all toxic people can be removed from our lives. Sometimes they're family, co-workers, or long-time friends. Buddhism doesn't suggest cutting them off coldly, but rather setting healthy boundaries. That might mean spending less time around them, avoiding gossip or negative conversations, or simply not letting their emotional storms pull you in. You can care for someone without letting their chaos become yours. One deeply supportive Buddhist practice in this context is emotional detachment. It doesn't mean being cold or shutting down. It means being present, but not reactive. When someone brings negativity, observe it, acknowledge it, and let it pass like a cloud in the sky. Don't absorb it, don't carry it. At the same time, invest more energy into the people who truly lift you up. Seek out those who inspire you to be better, who make you feel seen and valued, who encourage your dreams and ground you when life gets hard. These are what Buddhism calls kalyana mittata, spiritual friends. They walk alongside you on the path of growth. They remind you of what matters. They offer wisdom during difficult times and keep you anchored in your values. Like sunshine after rain, these friends bring warmth, clarity, and strength. But people are not the only sources of energy. Your environment matters too. A toxic space, be it a loud, chaotic home, a high-pressure workplace, or even a digital space flooded with negativity, can be just as damaging. That's why Buddhism encourages creating peaceful surroundings that support your calm mind. Declutter your space, open your windows, spend time in nature, curate the media and messages you consume, choose content that uplifts, calms, and enlightens. Your surroundings are an extension of your mental landscape. Tend to them with care. And finally, a gentle but powerful reminder. You also shape the energy around you. The way you speak, the way you treat others, the way you show up, it all matters. As the saying goes, be the energy you want to attract. When you cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion within, you become a magnet for others who carry the same light. Positivity is contagious, and the more you radiate it, the more you transform the space and souls around you. So remember, building a life of peace isn't just about avoiding toxicity. It's about choosing your people, your spaces, and your energy with intention. Set boundaries where you need to. Invest deeply in relationships that nourish you, and bring light wherever you go. If this message resonates with you, please subscribe to Buddhism Seeds, click like, and share this video with someone who might need it. And in the comments below, let us know. Who is one person in your life that brings you peace and positivity? Your words might brighten someone else's day.